Okay, welcome everybody to the clevr Maplewood integration webinar. So up on your screen there you see we have a lesson plan for today. So we're going to go over the different types of integration, and then we'll just show how they're used within clevr. So clevr Maplewood integration functionality pulls data from the Maplewood web service into the clevr database. There are currently three types of integration. There's scheduled, on-demand, and application. Scheduled integration is scheduled to run automatically on a regular basis to pull basic data from Maplewood into the clevr configuration tables for all locations, staff, and students. The data that is pulled into clevr during the scheduled integration includes, for locations, its name and address. For staff, its name, employee number, teacher code, birth date, and email address. Staff must have a first name, last name, staff code, and birth date recorded in Maplewood to be reliably pulled into the clevr database. For students, we pull name, student number, provincial number, birth date, email address, and grade level. Students must have a valid first name, last name, birth date, and student number in Maplewood to be reliably pulled into the clevr database. We also do classes, so for locations where classes integration is activated, we pull class code, class section, description, and student and staff connections. Classes integration is used for security, teachers having access to students within their classes. To activate classes integration, classes must be set up for the location in the timetable area within Maplewood. On-demand integration pulls data from Maplewood to clevr for specified fields on a single student record. On-demand integration requires the end user to invoke the process by clicking on the Import Data menu option within a student record in clevr. The integration routine will import data from Maplewood into the current clevr record. There is a wide range of fields available within the Maplewood web service for on-demand integration. Commonly used fields include student address, student phone number, parent address, parent contact information, and emergency contact information. Application integration allows users to navigate to Maplewood from clevr and from clevr to Maplewood without additional logins. Maplewood profile link on the template menu will launch Maplewood Connect Ed. Special education link in Maplewood will launch into clevr, and you can contact Maplewood for setup details. So for all of these, I'm just going to go through each one of them and just show you within clevr where they are relevant. So for scheduled integration, in a student record, we have what we call the student banner along the top here. So these items, so birth date, gender, the ministry number, the school, and the grade, those are all updated within the scheduled integration. In the on-demand integration, we have the Import Data button, which is underneath the integration menu along the top menu bar. And in this template, for example, we have school name that is flagged along with grade. And you can see that the cell is actually a different color. And if I hover over it, it has a little tip that actually tells me this field is able to receive data from the SIS after data has been imported. I can't actually show you this functionality working just because I'm in a sandbox environment, so it's not actually connected. But it would bring in, for example, like you see Bayview School and grade 10. So it would bring in that data from Maplewood. A sample of the application integration would be the Maplewood profile link. So under the integration button as well, where we saw the import data, we have the Maplewood profile link. So this would actually open up Maplewood Connect Ed within Maplewood automatically. Again, I can't show this this sample because, again, I'm in a sandbox environment, so it won't open up anything. It'll just give an error message. Another thing that's a key indicator when you run an import data with the import data button is the last integration date. So this integration date will automatically update with the exact date stamp and time stamp when you run the import data. Another item that is also updated with the scheduled integration is the Add Student screen. So as students are added within Maplewood, they will also be added into the Add Student screen. In Maplewood, there's also status indicators of active, inactive, and pre-registered. And this has come up before, and I talked about it in one of my other webinar sessions. At the beginning, actually before the school year, in Maplewood, students are under the status of pre-registered, and I've had people email me at support and ask me why they can't find certain students, and it was because they were still in the pre-registered status within Maplewood, and they hadn't become active yet within Maplewood or within clevr because the first day of school hadn't started yet. So they were able to find them if they selected the pre-registered drop-down here because it's the same variable in Maplewood, and then they were able to add their students. So that was just a quick overview of clevr and the Maplewood integration and how we connect in the fields that are brought in and the items that are integrated. At this time, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask us, and we'll try to answer all your questions at this moment. If not, we'll certainly take them away and get back to you. So you can just type your questions into the chat field into the GoToMeeting box, and Carrie's here with me to help answer those questions.